Hello and welcome to this very special interview. Joining me today is Swarup Mohanty, who's the CEO at Mirae Asset, which is one of India's fastest growing mutual funds. Swarup is one of the most dynamic leaders of the Indian mutual fund industry. Thank you very much, Swarup, for joining me here on this show, which is brought to us by the Bombay Stock Exchange Investor Protection Fund. It's an investor education initiative. Swarup is investing in mid caps and small caps, very high risk. And would you say that small investors, retail investors should stay away, or it's also about entering a company which is in its nascent stage and therefore seeing big gains? After all, every large cap was once a small cap and a mid cap. How would you tell investors, first of all, is it high risk? Secondly, if it is, how should investors look at the small cap and mid cap space?
Yes, investing in small caps and mid caps are relatively riskier than investing in large cap, as I pointed out previously. But it all depends upon the investor's risk tolerance ability, investment horizon, and more important, the financial goals, right? For example, investment in mid caps and small caps, as you rightly said, requires a slightly longer investment horizon, and one can benefit from that journey of small going to mid and then subsequently becoming large. More importantly, you need to be able to withstand the volatility in such segments, especially in times of economic downturns and say a pandemic that we are going through right now. A large companies probably would be able to weather a pandemic more better than a smaller company. Hence the volatility in the smaller and the mid companies. Generally, it is observed that the core portfolio for most of the investors focuses around the large companies. And an investor tends to use the mid cap and the small caps in their satellite portfolios just to benefit from the additional gain which mid and small caps can provide in a longer period of time. So your core portfolio should be funds made up of stocks which are more, trackable or predictable, and the mid and small can be the satellite portfolio to give you that additional kicker in the overall portfolio and become a stronger portfolio in due course of time.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much, Swarup, for coming by and sharing your perspective with investors. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you so much for having me.